Today we were going to talk about three different items in the news. One was Venezuela, another one Canada, and the third about some jobs increase in the U.S. The first one about Venezuela, and I was watching that on television. The president of Venezuela was on television, Mr. Nicolas Maduro, Maduro. And I mean, I haven't seen anything like it in my lifetime, but they were all standing up there on the stage, and he was, I guess, giving a speech. His wife was next to him. It was in the daytime. You could see everybody. And supposedly then he was attacked with a pair of drones that were armed with explosives. And
those are those camera things, the 5 of them.
I couldn't figure out true what was going on. I mean, he didn't look like he was scared. It didn't look like he was afraid. But a lot of people they showed before the place where he was and after all, they were just running as hard as they could. And he wasn't running anywhere. Some of the security members sort of got around him with some black, they're holding these black things, I guess, to protect him. But I don't know. If I was there, I think I would have been taken off as hard as I could. So then the next question is, maybe he set this up to look like he was getting attacked when he was making this speech with these drones, because there's been so much fighting over there, and
could be right.
he says a lot of these people, they're all out trying to get him, especially officials, people from the U.S., also Colombia, trying to get him. And I don't know. I in my lifetime, I haven't seen anything like it, because it looked real in a way, and then in a way it didn't look real. Because the way it didn't look real, he didn't take off, he wasn't scared, he didn't lay on the ground, his wife didn't lay on the ground. So the next question is, well, maybe he set this up himself to just, I don't know, look like he had another problem with these people. Some he said might have been from the U.S. or Florida, and some of those other countries around. He's saying, yeah, they were the ones, they've been after me, they tried to get me, and I don't know, there are a lot of women around, just local people, and they thought they were real with these two drones, and they took off and they were running as hard as they could. But I just can't tell you that one, because I haven't seen one like it, and I don't know if you could bet it was real or it was not real. Because he's just up there making a speech, and then there are people trying to kill him with drones. That'll probably come out down the road.
You think?
Another thing I was going to talk about is that Canada is really mad at the U.S. and I think they're mad at England too, but mainly the U.S. And here's a picture a woman's holding up in Canada saying boycott the U.S. And what they're doing, they're trying to get every single product that we make and send to Canada boycotted. They said we don't want no more items from the U.S. And
But they want to come visit over
now,
here.
one thing, we put tariffs over there, as you know. I think on the aluminum, steel tariffs 25, 15. Well, 25% on Canadian steel and 10% on aluminum. We put tariffs, and that's been since June 1st. So, I mean, it's a little crazy. These women are running around saying, "I want to see what the ingredients are on this item." Because I want to make sure that like she was buying sweet potato fries, this woman in Canada, made by McCain Foods Limited, which is a big Canadian food giant. Then, after he got into it, she said, well, the package said the potatoes were grown in the U.S. So I don't want those. So they're going to, anything grown in the U.S., they say we want to get rid of, and we don't want them because they're having a big fight with the U.S. The only thing, and they have cut down our imports to them because we have a lot of things going to Canada, and it says that in our export market they take 18% of all U.S. goods sold abroad. They take in Canada, and they're saying that in Canada 40% to 60% of the food on all Canadian grocery shelves from made in the U.S. So, but these people want to change all this now, and they don't want any food from the U.S. and mainly because of these tariffs we put on, and they want to make sure everything that they have and they eat is 100% Canadian. So they've even been fighting about some old Dutch chips. They said they were old Canadian until the woman found out Old Dutch Foods Limited is a subsidiary of the parent company, Old Dutch Foods Inc., is based in Minnesota. I think a lot of it is sort of funny, but it's not funny if people are having their the goods that they ship cut off. They won't accept it and things like that. The other third topic today was this retail and manufacturing has really increased around Michigan, Detroit and Michigan, where Detroit and Michigan was down to nothing. And now the U.S. all of a sudden has picked up, and the U.S. has added an average of 215,000 jobs a month to payrolls. And that's last year was only 184,000. The year before that, 165,000. But now this last month, they averaged 250,000 more jobs a month. And most of those jobs are all around Detroit. Ace Hardware Corp in Oak Brook, Illinois, they just opened 87 new stores. In the first half of 2018, hired 1,300 new jobs, and the company expects to open about 160 new stores this year. So Ace Hardware is starting to move. They said things are really changing around, and it's looking good, and they're going to increase sales about 6% this year. So what this says is, like, where one of the worst areas we had at one time was around Detroit, where all the car makers are, and all of a sudden that's coming back at a fast pace, and there are a lot of jobs there. They're hiring people as hard as they can, and you just can't figure this International Wheel and Tire maker of assembly and testing machines is aiming to double its 40-person staff in the next 3 years. It said it's an exciting time to be in Detroit. So that's some good news that Detroit and the Rust Belt was going down, 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 and now all of a sudden it's coming back. Thank you.